Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Parsons Productions. Don't have anything crazy planned for you today. However, we do have a fun little video. I am planning on installing tire stickers for the old BRZ. I did all the other wheels so far. I've done passenger side, I've done the driver's side, I've done the passenger side rear, but now it is time to go ahead and take care of the passenger side front. So we'll take care of that right now. As you can see here on the old BRZ, she's quite dusty, don't mind the dust, but I've got the front side done. We got the Toyo tires and the proxies on it. Got this side done as well too. And you can see this one starting with the front. This was my first attempt, and you can definitely see they're coming off a little bit, and I wasn't quite a pro at that. These ones are getting a lot nicer. Those ones are sticking on there quite well. On this side, that one was my best one so far, but our goal today is to cover the front one. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Okay, our first step is going to be to remove the tire. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking the lug nut spikes off. Okay, now that they're all loosened, I don't have a floor jack, so we're going to use the car's little scissor jack. We're going to crank her on up. Okay, so now that I have the tire inside my workshop anyway, we're next going to go ahead and clean it really well with brake cleaner. Now, what I'm going to be using is a terry cloth. I'll be applying a generous amount to the terry cloth, and then I'll be applying it to the entire wall of the tire, and that's where we'll be putting my sticker. I do want to make sure this is going to get really clean because the sticker will not stick unless it is properly cleaned. So let's go ahead and clean it. Now, a quick little note, you can see all this scum that's come off. You do really want to take your time with this. Trust me, ask me how I know. You want to make sure this is super, super clean, especially all these little nicks and grooves. These all need to be insanely clean. What I'll do a little later is I'll go ahead and take a plastic brush and I'll clean those little individual grooves with the plastic brush just to ensure that I have proper cleanliness of the tire before I apply the stickers. Like I said a second ago, I have my plastic bristle brush here. Now I don't want to use a wire brush or anything harder than this, maybe a brass brush or so, because it'll damage the tire and I don't want to damage it. I just want to clean all the nicks and grooves, make sure those are nice and clean before I go. Okay, so it's been about 25 minutes of cleaning this. Really want to make sure it was nice and clean before anything. Now here is the tire sticker itself. It's literally just rubber with extra rubber glued onto it. Now if you see the back side of this, it's very, very, very glossy. Glossy is not going to work for adhesion to the tire properly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and sand this surface really, really well in order to make sure that properly sticks. The more you sand, the more it's going to stick. The less you sand, more problems you're going to have. Ask me how I know. Okay, so I've moved to a nice clean surface. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of 80 grit sandpaper and I'm just going to go to absolute town on the back side of these So these are no longer high glossy. I'm going to make them nice and dull and nice and grippy for the glue to properly adhere. Now, you may be asking yourself, Tony, is this enough sanding? Well, the answer I'm going to let you know is right now, no. You can see how the lettering on the back of it is the part that's more sanded. All these little nicks and grooves are the areas that are not going to stick. So make sure, especially on the edges, all of that is nice and sanded, so it's all looking like that at the end. So in my opinion, the corner that needs to be focused on most is the top corner. The bottom corner, for some reason, always loves to stick very well. Top corner, not so much. You can see there is still a little bit of gloss to it. However, for the most part, that is fairly decent. I might hit it a little bit more, but I went ahead and took care of these off camera. You can see both of them are fairly well sanded. I'm going to go ahead next and clean up a little bit of these. Then I'll take them, clean them with brake cleaner, and then we'll start the adhesion process. Okay, so next, before I begin to stick these down, I'm going to take my terry cloth, I'm going to spray it really well with brake cleaner, and we're going to go ahead and clean the backing of each sticker prior to sticking on the sticker. Okay, so now that my stickers have been nicely cleaned, I'm going to lay them out how I want. I want to keep the tire size visible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and try to put it on the non-marking side. So I'll probably put one around like that. And it's a good idea to size them up like this prior before you put them on, just so you can get a rough idea of how they're going to lay. And I want them exactly 180 degrees from each other, just so they have a nice even look. And then for the gluing process, I'm going to use the Force 805, which is the glue they provided with me. This glue is incredibly sticky. It will stick your fingers together, and it will stick your fingers to the tire. So make sure you wear some kind of gloves. Don't do as I say, not as I do. I won't be wearing gloves in this video just because I don't have any. But just fair warning. I'm going to start with the smaller sticker, the Proxies one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue, and I'm going to go ahead and apply it very, very generously to the back of the sticker, just so I ensure that I get proper adhesion between the tire and the sticker. And make sure not to be light with this, go very heavy. Now you're going to have some corners that lift up, like the S over there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue, and I'm going to kind of feed it underneath, and it should stick down nicely. And just kind of hold your fingers there for a moment as it glue cures. Alrighty, that sticker has stuck down nicely. It really is not that hard. All you're doing is cleaning, sanding, cleaning, sticking. That's the process. Clean, sand, clean, stick. Clean, sand, clean, stick. Every single time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the Toyo Tires one, and I will be applying that one right here. It's the exact same process. The glue does say that you need to let 24 hours pass before putting the tires back on the car. I did that with the first one, and it was great, but the other tires, I waited like an hour or so, and it was good to go. They didn't fly off. They're still on there. They stuck on there well. So do what you will with that, and I'm going to go ahead and stick the other one on.
1 hour later.
Okay, with the tire all set up, we're going to go ahead and put her back on the car, and we'll see how she looks. I can tell you right now, that looks sick. Let's go ahead and put those lug nuts on. And with that, that completes the BRZ's tire stickers, and I think they look absolutely sweet. Stay tuned for more Parsons Productions videos and how-tos, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.